What's good, y'all? I'm back again with another vid. Hope y'all doing well and living well. And today I want to talk about something that came to me, and I'm so glad it came to me when it did. So this topic is you don't have enough because you have too much. Now you're probably thinking like, huh? What is he talking about? If I don't have okay, hold on. You don't have enough because you have too much. Now let's break that down, right? We are constantly in the search of things. We live in a world today where you have access to damn near everything, especially with the addition of the internet. You can go see anything you want, good or bad, and you know how that go. But I say all this to say there's so many things in the world, and we have access visually and via social media to so many things that we have almost become over consumed by just the amount of things that there are, and whatever category you want to put it in. Like, this is manifesting on all levels. So let's just start with like this, for example. Say you're in a relationship and you start to see all these beautiful, glamorous, dolled up women all online in all these places, and you start to look at your own girlfriend in a certain way, in a certain light, just because she's not what the standard is or what the girls on social media look like. And now you start to dislike her or feel a certain way and feel like you're not worthy or feel like you're not good enough, or that y'all not good enough because you don't look how people on social media look. But the news flash is, if you don't love what you have, if you don't appreciate what you have, I say this all the time, then like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, one of the greatest realizations of life is gratitude and being aware and grateful of the things you have, the small things, the things that you don't really bat an eye about on a daily basis. But those things, if they were to disappear from your life, you would feel a great detriment. You would feel a certain way about them, but you don't appreciate them until they're gone. So let's really break this down. The Buddha, if you ever heard of him, I read a book. It's been too long, about 5 years. I read a book, a short book talking about the Buddha's life and just his perspective and stuff. And I feel like one of the main reasons why we constantly have this unending desire is access to so many things. If there was only one woman in your life and you didn't even realize all the women all around the world, you would love your women a lot more because that's all you got. And I'm not saying to minimize or to not explore the world or not do things that aren't serving you, but in the same light, if you don't water your grass, it don't matter what lawn you choose to have your grass. It don't matter what person you with, or don't matter what things you have. It's, can you water your grass? Can you appreciate what you have? And back to what the Buddha was saying, people suffer because they are dissatisfied with their lives, their current situations, and also the main thing, because they're constantly craving more. And with us craving more, we can never fully be satisfied or satiated. But I realize it's not about having a big feast, a big meal, if you don't appreciate each bite. Like, it don't matter how much of whatever it is you have if you don't appreciate what it is that you have. And I feel like we have this insane hunger, the same insane need for fulfillment, to be full from these things. I was trying to think of the word for hungry, to be full off these things, that we have so much, we become even more unsatisfied and empty because we're trying to be fulfilled by every little thing, by every little person, by all of these different things out there that we have access to, but we forget to feel fulfilled within ourselves. It doesn't matter what you have out here if you don't make that decision to appreciate what it is that you have. Because a lot of times, like I said, I even made the video, don't wait until it's gone to appreciate what you have. We all have gone through this, and it happens all too often because we don't realize what it is until it's gone. But the love, the peace, the whatever it is you're trying to attract has often always been right in front of your face, but you're just looking over the hill, over the horizon, when You just need to look right at your feet, right where you step, right where you are. And it's important that we all go through the stages of accepting that there's always going to be something better than what you have. There's always going to be a better looking woman. There's always going to be someone who has more money. There's always going to be something that has more. But it doesn't matter what the thing is until you love it. And you know, probably know that song, J. Cole, it don't matter what you got until you love yours. And that's really true, because that's just the nature of that's the nature of life. And I've experienced this shit myself. And I know that having so much access to so many things ends up leaving you unfulfilled and emptier than you were when you started. So I'm not saying to not have desires, because that's the human nature. We all have desires, and that allows us and helps us to navigate through life. But we are allowing our desires to lead our lives, and we get so caught up in being so hungry. We even get hungry after we just ate. So yeah. And it's like what are we doing? And I'm not saying have a limited amount of resources, or don't strive to become rich or to create more and be more. Life is about expansion. But it don't matter how far you expand to if you don't appreciate where you are. And that even goes in terms of the planet Earth, and as well as our human bodies themselves. We don't even appreciate the earth, the beauty of the earth, the intelligence of the earth that even allows us to exist, to have these desires, to traverse this planet. We have just the right climate, just the right everything, just the right amount of water. We could, bro, bro, we got just the right amount of stuff. We have all that we need, but we constantly want more, and that's why we'll never be fulfilled, because you ain't appreciating what you got. So I'll just say all this to say gratitude is so important in the way that it shapes your life. Like, you ain't never gonna be satisfied until you're grateful with what you have, and more will begin to come when you truly appreciate what you have, and not just to get more. Sometimes I find myself trying to manifest more in my life and being grateful for the things I have now, but in the search to get more. But really, the abundance, the fulfillment comes from being grateful for what you have, the basic things. The fact that I have a phone to even make this video don't make me go on about all the things I'm grateful for. The electricity, the basic things, having food to eat tonight. And you're so much richer than what you think you are. You're just constantly seeing other people with all these things, seeing this over here, all these things around the world, that you forget that your gold, your treasure right here within, right with all the things you have. So realize this is what this means. You don't have enough because you have access to too much. So I'm not saying to limit your access, but recognize what you have first, appreciate that, and allow that to lead you to more, to greener grass, to whatever it is you're trying to accomplish and do within your life. But it all starts in making that decision to have that gratitude for the little things, the simple things, the things that you don't necessarily have an eye for until it's gone. So yeah, man, you don't have enough because you have too much. Realize that, internalize that, and use it as you may. But know that you always have everything you need. And if you look at your life, no matter what situation you've been in or been through, if you got through that situation, you had everything you need to get through it. So recognize that you have all that you need, whether it's from God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's all there. It's always with you. You're never alone. But just drilling that subconsciously into your mind and constantly repeating these ideas and embodying them and truly feeling them and believing and having conviction upon these ideas, and knowing that your desires are also the root of you not feeling fulfilled, but also you have desires for the reason to be fulfilled. So that's the paradox of life. But also simultaneously, just appreciate what you got, man, because who knows, man? Even this very existence, I'm not gonna be here forever. I don't know how long I'll be here. So appreciate each day, each moment, each word. You know, everything, man. If it's there, you can appreciate it. If you got an eye for it, you can find a way to appreciate it. So one more time, I really like this. You don't have enough because you have too much. So love yours, love what you got, love who you are. Learn to love that before you try to water some grass 3 lawns down the street, or try to worry about this grass all the way across the country. Worry about your grass and making your grass the strongest that it can be and the greenest that it can be. And everybody else will start looking at your lawn like, oh, what do you got going on over there? And they don't want to flock to you. So appreciate what you got. Learn and realize that you are a whole lot more fortunate than really you could ever imagine, man. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. I love y'all. We out. Unlimited. And I'll also add this point somewhere in the video, but don't try to force yourself to be grateful for the things you have, or also keep around people or things that aren't serving you to your highest good. You don't have to force yourself to water a lawn that has a bunch of weeds in it, right? Pull the weeds out, get rid of the things that aren't serving you, and be grateful for what you have, and know that you have enough, and you can continue to want more, but at the same time, have that fulfillment for the now, for the moment now. And that's one of the greatest things we can do in our lives, is because that's the nature of life. Our happiness, the way we feel, is correlated to our perspective on things. So if you're constantly desiring and wanting more, then how are you ever going to have the eyes to see that the things that you have are maybe what you've always wanted? You're just so far in the distance looking for it, like I said, that you don't see it.